this is the way the points shake out right now, and not good news for anybody other than Clint Boyer.
Yeah, all these guys are kind of making it nice for Clint Boyer, who's sitting there still running a nice night in 13th spot. But you see Mark Martin really has his hands full with that race car.
So now Mark Martin finds himself a lap down. The lead is a half second. And we also know about the 18 of Kurt Busch. He's off sequence because of the penalty, Andy.
Yeah, what they really need is a caution just to kind of get caught back up and get tires and then start racing the guys that are a lap down and try to get that lucky dog spot. Other than that, what they can do is wait until these leaders make a pit stop. They'll have a window of maybe 7 to 10 laps that they can be on the lead lap and a caution come out. That'd be kind of unlikely, but they just need to kind of reset here and get a caution.
Well, Busch has finished in the top 10 in 2 of the 3 races that he had speeding penalties so far this year. Let's listen in on the radio.
This is fun driving through, everybody. Too bad I'm 2 laps down. You're only 1 lap down. You're going to win the damn race. So keep digging.
Yeah, that's a good coach on the box.
He is 1 lap down. He's 23rd position, but he's got about 7 or 8 guys in front of him before he would be in the lucky dog spot. And the caution is out. We have debris in turn 2 at lap number 133. Our first caution finally comes out, so we won't break that record of 309.
That was
These
a big
guys
break.
are glad, too.
That was a big break for Kyle
Yes.
and a lot of other guys that would like to adjust on their cars. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. stays on the lead lap.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. had just gone a lap down in 16th position, and Ryan Newman was next on the hit list. And that means that our Aaron's lucky dog will go to Dale Earnhardt Jr. He'll get back on the lead lap, giving us 16.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate for Mark Martin, though, who was hoping Junior could stay on the lead lap in case that caution would come out, but he's going to still be a lap down.
Well, it has been a very interesting race so far because we had 2 rounds of green flag pit stops. Those 2 up front, Denny Hamlin and Tony Stewart, have swept the lead between them 5 times tonight. We've had 3 different leaders with 12 total lead changes, and we've only run 133 of the laps. Denny's led 66 of them, Tony 57, Ryan Newman had the other 10.
Yeah, just like Andy was talking about, though, this is the break that Kyle Busch needed. They have a great pit crew. They can beat 3 or 4 off of pit road. Then he can pass the others because he's much faster than these other guys that are a lap down right now. So he could get himself in a good spot.
Get himself into the lucky dog position is basically
absolutely
what you're saying.
Yes.
Guys
He
on
hopes
the
it's
wall.
Less than 132 laps before we had the next caution. But
All right, everybody peels off. Let's send it down to Dr. Jerry Punch.
All right, guys, triple split pits, 99, 14, and 11. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Edwards, Stewart, and Hamlin. Carl Edwards, top of your screen. 2 rounds of bite going in. The car still very, very loose. Air pressure adjustment, 4 tires, and then fill it up with Sunoco fuel. Dave.
Second place, Tony Stewart. Flashlights guiding him in. Track bar adjustment for a car that was freer in the center. Jamie.
And he was your leader, a little bit tight now. They're going to make a track bar adjustment down, a round of wedge, and air pressure adjustment in the right rear. A lot of changes, but they said they know there's more pit stops, so they're going to experiment with this. Watch the race off pit road. Denny Hamlin is down and away. He holds on to the number 1 spot. The 14 will take 2 slightly, guys.
Oh, it was oh so close. In fact, the first 4-hole station, look at Kevin Harvick has moved his way up to 4th. The big winner here is Greg Biffle, and the loser, surprisingly, Jimmy Johnson. Let's go back and take another look, and that's how close it was.
it's the advantage of having that first pit stall by virtue of winning the pole.
Well, Tony's crew, they thought they had it for a second, but not by just that much. Got time under this first caution to update you on the calendar. NASCAR Now tonight at 11:30 Eastern over on ESPN2. And then the NHRA Mac Tools U.S. Nationals. The finals presented by Lucas Oil. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. We're going to pound the ground in Indianapolis. NASCAR Nationwide Series action. Next stop at Richmond Friday night, 7 Eastern on ESPN2. And then NASCAR Sprint Cup Series action at Richmond. Saturday, 7:30 Eastern on ABC. Countdown will kick it off at 7 p.m. on Saturday. All right, let's talk a little bit about pit crew action. Celebrations because Denny Hamlin's Carl Edwards' team happy. Denny, of course, got off first. Jamie's team was very happy. And when Tony Stewart's guys thought they had it, but they still had a great pit stop. They came out right behind Denny Hamlin. Let's take a look at the one guy who lost 2 spots, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, you look at Tony Stewart. That 12.6 was the fastest stop on pit road of the lead lap cars. You see Jimmy Johnson just a little bit off in every spot. On the right side, the Jackman just a little off coming around, and left side's just a little bit off, but that's enough to cost you a couple spots.
All right. We told you about Kyle Busch needing the yellow. He came in with 6 cars in front of him. He now only has 3 of those cars in front of him that are a lap down. Mark Martin, Ambrose, and Jeff Burton, and he is shown now in 20th position. Our race leader is Denny Hamlin and Tony Stewart on the front row. And as we take a look now we focus in on our Gillette Pro Glide profile, turn the skeptics into believers. The difference between 2009 and 2010 for 3 drivers.
Well, that's just huge gains these teams have made, and Kevin Harvick here once again tonight showing us those changes are helping him at every track they go to. He's up in the 4th spot here tonight.
2 wave arounds this time, J.J. Yeley and Joe Nemechek, and we have 2 cars off. Mike Bliss and Kevin Conway have pulled back behind the wall. Let's get a quick update on the 20. Dave?
Marty, they were on and off of pit road, had the hood up. I talked to car chief Jason Shapiro. He said it's definitely internal. They didn't replace spark plug wires. They had them in their hand. They didn't replace them. It's internal. They don't know exactly what it is, and probably terminal.
Well, Joe Gibbs Racing has not had a DNF this season due to an engine situation.
Say when they got to watch it though, Marty, is on these restarts. Seems like they'll do okay. You know, you lose a valve head or something or a valve spring, and it'll run okay till you have to slow down and do a restart. And after that, usually that thing will let go, so he has to be careful right here.
Well, it looks like he's given plenty of room underneath him as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Hamlin chooses the low line. Green flag flies. We're back underway in Atlanta.
Here comes Martin Truex to the inside with a nice restart. He's going all the way to the 2nd spot.
And look at Carl Edwards as he slid up as well.
In fact, he wants to go to first as Truex.
Jimmy Johnson side by side with the 14.
Comes Carl Edwards back to the inside of Martin Truex. Got a nice run off of 2 to try to take that 2nd spot back.
Cooler heads prevail for a moment down the backstretch. They were 3 wide. Now we're just down to side by side. It's Jimmy and Tony right there.
Now you see Carl Edwards and Martin Truex. They've been chasing these guys all night long. Now they got their shot. They're going to take it.
Tony's got some momentum now as he's coming past the 48, and it looks like he's going to go by the 56 of Truex.
Well, Truex was just set on go and made the gear shifts and had everything perfect to work his way up through there. But now Tony Stewart's coming back to show that he has one of the fastest, if not the fastest car.
Harvick's got his hands full right now with Casey.
Casey's car seems to be pretty good on the new tires, but he's fallen off a little bit more. Here goes Carl Edwards to the inside.
Now look at Stewart.
This is going to be interesting. Tony's coming right by. Hamlin says, what went past me right there? Here comes Truex. He could put him back to 4th in less than 2 turns. And does.
Maybe 5th. Look at Jimmy Johnson.
Could something be wrong with Denny Hamlin's car?
I don't know, but you know, we haven't seen Carl Edwards lead a lot of laps this year. Been, I think, less than 10 actually up to this point. But this has always been his favorite racetrack. Got his first win here.
Got his first nationwide win. Got his first cup win all in the same weekend.
Well, he better enjoy it because here comes Tony Stewart.
Well, Carl got a nice run off of turn 2, though. Was able to hold Stewart off.
He's led a total of 6 laps this year, and Carl now has led 1 here. He's our 4th different leader. So you're right, it has not been the kind of season that Carl's been used to up front.
It hasn't been that, but they've still gotten themselves in a nice position points-wise to this point. They would love to have some bonus points by winning this race tonight.
Bonus points would help. In fact, he could even move as high as 3rd in the chase standings. Side by side, here comes Greg Biffle. Biffle felt that he had a car that could contend. He's fighting for 7th spot with Casey Kane. And now it looks like Biffle's got the setup change. Remember, he talked earlier in the evening about running the high side. He's trying to run down low.
Kind of forced down there right now. Casey Kane's not going to give up that top lane.
Here comes Juan Pablo Montoya.
Smoke.
Big smoke.
Oh, that's Denny Hamlin. There was something going wrong with that 11 car.
Yeah, there
apparently.
definitely was.
And remember, we talked about Kyle Busch needing to pass 3 guys to get back in the lucky dog spot. He has.
Yeah, he got the lucky dog. But one thing I'm seeing here, Joe Gibbs Racing lost a cylinder with the 20 car. Now it looks like he's lost the engine in this 11. So Kyle Busch can't be too confident at this point, even though he did get the lucky dog.
Well, I hate to tell you, Hamlin fans, he finished 15th or worse in 3 of the last 4 races after winning the pole. Now it's going to be 4 out of 5.
Yeah, and we talked about Denny Hamlin last year in the chase. Won races, did everything, but it was just these type of problems that kept him from giving Jimmy Johnson an even bigger run at trying to win that championship.
He was running 5th after leading a race-high 73 laps right now.
Yeah, you see, just lets go. You know, you might think that they would be experimenting, maybe trying some things in the engine to get ready for the chase. Nothing to lose here, but try to just get a win.
Well, they said in the pre-race, he said it all day long, we are considering this as the start of the chase for us.
Well, they're hoping it doesn't start out like this.
Well, the only bad thing is they're not going to lock themselves in that chase position tonight with this happening. So they're going to have to go to Richmond and make sure that they don't have another miscue.
It's definitely going to take a hit in the points, and it's going to put the pressure squarely on Richmond in 1 week. And we had just talked about the fact that Joe Gibbs Racing has had 0 engine failures this year.
I know they've been working hard. They felt like that maybe they were down a little bit horsepower-wise to some of these, to the Chevrolets and even the new Ford engines. So they've been working hard, and it could be something like you're talking about that they could be trying to pick up just a little bit before they got to the chase.
Yeah, that's one thing. You know, the other guys will put pressure on you to keep making horsepower, keep making changes to your engine package to try to pick it up, and sometimes you can push it a little too far.
Well, race leader Carl Edwards says no, I'm not going to come down.
Yeah, it's not open yet because
yet,
that car sitting down there, and the oil that Denny Hamlin's car put down, they'll try to get all that cleaned up first.
I did not see the light flashing until right at the very end. Good catch, DJ. So we'll go a lap around one more time. Our second caution flag. And as we mentioned, the Aaron's lucky dog is going to go to Kyle Busch. So Kyle back on the lead lap. Well, while we got a moment, let's talk a little bit football. Tomorrow night, we'll catch a season-defining game early. 2 top 10 teams. Kellen Moore leads the 3rd-ranked Broncos against Ryan Williams and the 10th-ranked Virginia Tech Hokies. It's the All-State Kickoff in the Capitol as part of Dick's Sporting Goods Kickoff Week on ESPN tomorrow at 8 Eastern. College football is available on TV, online, and on your phone. Go to ESPN.com for more information.